How's it going, guys? We're out here in Kia Country, Manteca, California, and today I'm going to be buying my girlfriend her dream car.
Leah, what do you think about the car so far?
I love it. I think it has a lot of technology, which is what I wanted, and it's a good family car for sure.
How long have you been wanting the Kia?
Like 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah, basically before the baby was even born, we were just kind of...
we were already thinking about it.
We're going to need a bigger car, and then now, especially with the baby being born and, you know, her being 1 year old and all that, it gets very cramped in there. Very, very cramped. We can never even take anyone with us.
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool. What are your favorite things about the Telluride?
All the technology it has on it. And all the space. I can actually have room to move.
Yeah, the advanced features, definitely compared to a Jeep, well, or the Jeep that we had at least, it was just kind of more of a basic car, nothing really electric or anything like that.
Sick. Cool.
But it was nice.
Yeah, no, it drives really good.
Yeah.
It drives really calm too. Like,
and there's not a lot of room. Mario went all the way back and he was still able to like have space.
Well, because this one's so small into the back
Yeah.
of the car seat.
And then I went in the front in the car seat, like I felt like I wasn't gonna hit my face on the dashboard.
Why are you mugging me?
What's she doing?
She's just mugging the camera.
Oh, yes. You like the car, mamas?
I think she wants the car.
Yeah. You want it?
You want the car?
Say please.
Say please. Say please. Yes or no? You don't want the car?
So tell me, how many cars is this in how short of a time span?
So this is actually going to be our second car in a 3-month range or so. Because I got my car, I want to say 2 months ago. So maybe even less, maybe like 2.5 months. There's going to be 2 cars right now. 2 brand new cars too as well. So, you know, came a long way.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, so you're not going to worry about that one. You're going to go make the one when it keeps sleeping.
Oh, is that
This is approved. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
On your own without a co-signer for your first car.
Super good.
That's good.
Another thing is that you could actually refinance in maybe 6 months, so then you could drop that interest rate.
They're right down.
Plus interest rates are, I was going to say, interest rates are
going
super high
down.
right now.
Working in the mortgage, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, you know, but...
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, we thought we were gonna go S front wheel drive, but we got
all
kinds of stuff for you, girl. You
I'm excited now.
he's taking good care of you. That's a great one right there.
Little key right here.
Yeah.
I'm a little bigger.
Just got up, something's wrong. I waited up with wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories.
But I'm happy and thank you for buying it for me.
Longing to be seen.
Hey,
What?
what she wants, she gets. Huh?
Hide with me. Hide with me. Hide with me. Come and hide. Hide with me. Hide with me. Hide with me.
How do we feel about the new mom band?
The new mom band. I love it.
I don't know, I think George wanted that one actually.
Oh no.
Oh hell no.
That one's a little bit too long.
I'm so mad.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that,
She's
bro?
gonna post on Instagram, not even say thank you to my boyfriend. She's gonna say I did this all by myself, independent, and you know, single mom out here.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, David. He's actually the one that helped me purchase this car for my girlfriend, and we're just gonna be asking him a couple of basic questions just to provide a little bit more knowledge over to you guys. So, David, first off, I want to go with, what is one piece of advice that you would give to a first-time home buyer that maybe did? I mean.
More you than me.
Oh shit! Hold on. Okay. All right, David. So, what's one piece of advice that you would give to someone maybe looking to purchase their first car that maybe they don't really know about?
I mean, one thing I would probably focus on is budget. There's a term here in the car business that you have beer taste or champagne taste, but a beer budget. You got to make sure it fits within your budget. You don't want to overextend yourself. You don't want to be one of those people that get their tax money and then 3 months later they're in a different car because it got repoed. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're putting yourself in the best situation. I'm sure a lot like a home. You don't want to buy one and then all of a sudden you're losing it. Yeah, or you're stuck with something that you just can't afford, and now you're stressing yourself out on how do I make this payment.
What makes Kia different than any other dealership that you know of? Or why should people come to a Kia dealership or the Kia brand in general rather than like maybe any other one out there?
As far as Kia, what I would probably say is you're probably going to get the most bang for your buck with Kia. You're going to get a lot of innovation and new technology, and unfortunately, Kia is still trying to get out of that initial image that Kia had. They used to be known as that throwaway car, or hey, let me start you off with this, treat it right, and then I'll get you a real car. You know what I mean? Now Kia is that real car, and they've changed they revitalized their body, their performance, and their brand overall. And you're right now, before Kia can be actually acknowledged as a luxury brand, you're getting the most bang for your buck right now, which is nice.
And then, how important is credit when you're going to go purchase your first car? And if they have bad credit, what can they do to maybe fix it, set them up better for in the future when they do come buy a car?
Credit's pretty important because credit is actually showing the bank how reliable you are. The lower your score, the less reliable you appear to be. And you could be the most reliable person if you made mistakes in the past. Unfortunately, you're now paying for those mistakes. So you want to make sure that you're on top of it and making sure that you're making the right decisions for you, because in the end, it's your it's you as a brand that's on the cutting board. You know what I mean? So as far as that, you want to make sure that you're good, at least up in the upper 600s, to make things a little bit easier, so that you're not dealing with higher rates. Obviously, the higher the better, because you're going to get better rates, especially for longer term. But as far as credit and trying to repair that, I would say probably don't shoot for the stars on your first car if you have the ability to be a little bit patient. I would say patience is a really good one. You want to go one step at a time. There's nothing wrong with a starter car. If your end goal is, say, a brand new Corvette, there's nothing wrong with starting with like maybe a $15,000 Mustang. Having something like that work in your benefit so that you can take that step to the end goal.
Now, a big problem that I have, and I hear a lot from friends and relatives and all that, is that people in my age group, a lot of them have trouble providing proof of their income. So what's maybe something that they could do to really just make it better or easier for them to come and purchase their first car?
Yeah, with something like that, I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because as a young entrepreneur, you want to try and make as much money as possible. So there's going to be certain deductions that you're going to use that ends up resulting in a lower net income, right? The downside to that is if you don't have all the documentation in order, or 2 years worth of W-2s, which some banks prefer when you're that young with a business, it just makes sure, short-term sacrifice for the long-term gain. I'm sure you've heard that before. Just make sure you got all your documentation in order, all your ducks in a row, and just take the appropriate steps to take the car that you need, not necessarily want. Need versus want is a huge thing when it comes to a home, when it comes to a car, when it comes to anything really, you know what I mean? So you gotta weigh, you gotta weigh that stuff out and make sure that it falls with what works for you.
Okay, now for the final question is your personal opinion. What is your personal opinion on down payments, and what would you recommend as far as, do you think putting more down for a higher payment or for less payment, or putting less down for a higher payment? What would you recommend?
So I think that's going to be a case-to-case situation, because your budget is something I don't know, right? So usually the more you could put down, the better, because you're financing less, therefore a lower payment. The math is roughly for every $5,000 you're looking at $100 in payment. So You know, in a previous customer, they were debating between 10 and 20 grand down and everything else. And I'm just like, well, you know, if you want to put that extra 10 grand down, that's going to make a $200 a month difference. But could you keep that in your pocket and do more with 10 grand doing something else?
That's what
you
we're
know,
talking about.
yeah. So, you know, how does your budget work? Can you swing an extra 200 so that you could do more with that additional money? Or does your budget make it to where that $200 is extremely important? So, you know, make sure that budget fits, because, you know, if you got a young kid, you got to make sure you can have the finances to make sure they're taken care of. So, you know, when I say you got to make sure everything falls into place for your situation, I think down payment is a big part of that. You know, some people say it's a scam, and honestly, the less you finance, the lower your payment.
You heard it here first with David at Kia Country in Manteca, California. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, or I'll tag him down below in the description.
I'll take care of you. Come through.
All right.
Thank you, David. I really appreciate all the help you guys did. He's
Absolutely.
a really, really nice and genuine guy. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out whenever. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. So, like I said, I bought my girlfriend her dream car. So this is actually my second car in the past 3 months, and you know, it's been a journey. This past year has really changed a lot, because every year just going a little bit more and a little more, and hopefully within the next couple years, or maybe even a year, months, who knows, the McLaren one will be next. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.